So I just got done seeing a patient that I thought would be a really important example of a very, very common thing that I see in perimenopausal women that I don't think a lot of people understand. So I want to share this with you because I think a lot of times when we think about women transitioning into perimenopause, menopause, we're kind of hyper fixated on the estrogen deficiency symptoms, so the hot flashes and those kind of things. But what I want to convey to you is that progesterone deficiency is probably the earliest problem or symptom or finding that I see with perimenopausal women. And it is really, really common. And I'm just starting to see this pattern coming along where women are coming to me thinking that they have a hormone imbalance, but they're really thinking about something estrogen related, and we're discovering progesterone. So let me talk a little bit about that. So this was a 47-year-old woman who came in to see me at Vital Health, and she had been struggling with kind of many years of sort of non-specific symptoms, but a lot of kind of bleeding stuff. So some irregular bleeding, some spotting prior to her cycle that was new for her, a little bit heavier, just things were shifting. And she was kind of thinking that, this may be something in the early perimenopause category. But what really got her attention was that she sort of out of nowhere began having pretty significant anxiety. And she wasn't somebody who had anxiety before. And she was having profoundly difficult time sleeping. So her insomnia was just off the rails. And again, this was not something that was typical for this particular woman in her life. And so she went to her primary care doctor in the health system and was kind of poo-pooed, saying, oh, this is, you're just too busy, you have kids, and, everything was kind of swept under the rug. But it became really, really significant. And so I saw her as a functional medicine consultation, and we did some testing, something called a menstrual map. There's lots of different ways to test hormones. But this particular test is wonderful because you test at home with a urine sample every other day for a month. And so you get an entire menstrual cycle mapped out. And that can be really helpful when you overlay symptoms on top of testing. It really paints a picture of what's happening. And what we discovered was sort of that classic early perimenopausal picture of progesterone deficiency in the luteal phase. And the luteal phase is the second half of the menstrual cycle. And so it was an absolute classic finding, and thankfully very addressable. So there's a couple of ways that we can address this. We have supplements that actually help raise progesterone. We can obviously use bioidentical progesterone in all different types. But I thought this is a really important topic to bring to you because I don't think these particular symptoms are necessarily on the radar for women. I don't think that they're recognized by the traditional medical community much at all. And I think they go unnoticed and people sort of just chalk it up to stress, or I'm just working too much, or too many things going on with the kids or the family. So progesterone, don't forget about how important progesterone is as a hormone, especially in the early perimenopausal transition. Fixing that can be life-changing, and you can get your life back on track. So if you think you might be in perimenopause, take our quiz. And if you think this is something that you would like to talk about, let's hear from you. We'd love to see you, help you. If this is a transition that you think you may be going through, don't lie awake at night not sleeping. Let's fix this. Let's work on it. I look forward to that. Thanks.